Tonight we enter the Lady Bobcats den where they are ranked number 8 in the state and trying to capture an area crown. Standing in their way are the Baker Lady Hornets, defending area champs and trying to play spoiler tonight. Will Theodore tighten their grip on the area title, or can Baker pull off the upset tonight? We're about to find out for the MCPSS High School Basketball Game of the Week. I'm Al Wheaton, joined by the legendary coach Ronnie Arrow. Coach Arrow, we were at this exact same gymnasium 3 weeks ago as Theodore pulled the upset of number 3 ranked Davidson Lady Warriors, and tonight they're the hunted by the Baker Hornets.
They are the hunted, and when we were here the last time, Davidson was also undefeated. They were very good, ranked number 1 in the state.
Right.
They were doing very well, and all of a sudden, here comes Theodore, knocks them off. Had some very good three-point shooting that night. Tonight, with Baker, they have been devastated by COVID. Last week they had to forfeit one game, not
Sure
forfeit,
did.
but they had to cancel one game.
Postpone a game.
They have to make it up this week. If they don't make it up this week and get all their games in, they won't be eligible for the playoffs.
That's right.
So this is very, very interesting. This is going to be a cat fight tonight.
It is. Right now, Theodore is tied with Davidson 6-1 in Area 1 play. So this game is huge for the Lady Bobcats as well. Right now, let's take a look at the starting lineup that we have for both of these teams tonight as they are taking on to the floor, and they're calling out those starting lineups as a matter of fact. So starting for the Theodore Lady Bobcats, as we take a look on the screen right there for you, we have in front of you, starting tonight for Theodore, you have guard Deja Weatherly, forward Deja Weatherly, also T. McCarroll, T. Shanti Herring, Livy Pogue, and also Jasmine Bingham. We know she's big down low. And for Baker tonight, Paris Richardson, Jakayla Nichols. Boy, she's going to be shooting a lot of threes. She leads the team in three-point percentage. Tia Byers and Heaven Waddingley along with Rihanna Redmond. More about the Baker team, Coach, because they're pretty special. You talked about they had some COVID issues last week, but they don't dress out very many girls on the Baker Lady Hornets.
I wouldn't be surprised if Theodore doesn't come out full court press and trying to really get them tired. They have 5 varsity players on the Baker team. They just today brought up 4 JV players.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting to see. Coach Walker said if she has to, she'll play those 5 the whole game, but she's got some reserves just in case.
Typically, they will dress 6. When I saw them a couple weeks ago against Theodore, they only dressed out 6 that night, and she calls them the Mighty 6, and we'll talk about them later on as Theodore is taking possession. And with the first shot up there by Deja Weatherly, it's off, but put back in by guess who? Jasmine Bingham.
Jasmine is going to be a beast in here. And here comes the pressure. They're going to pressure them the whole time. But these are 2 very well-coached teams that are going to be able to break a press. It's just going to be a fatigue factor if Baker can keep up with in the game.
There's a shot put up, a 3 right there by Heaven Waddingley. Bounces off. Theodore with the rebound as they pass in front of our table here inside of the Bobcats den. Deja Weatherly passing the ball over. She averages 6.1 points per game. She's a 5'7" forward.
And here's Baker setting up in their 2-3 zone. They can't afford to run man-to-man.
Draining the 3, the Bobcats right there. Takia Weatherly, she's their leading scorer, 19.9 points per ball game, and folks are looking at her because she is a senior. So, Coach, she's going to be playing on the next level somewhere.
She actually signed with Shelton State. She'll be playing with Nia Valentine, and that team is ranked number 2 in the nation right now at Shelton State. Nia is starting on that team as a freshman.
Easy layup right there for Theodore. And Coach Lauren Walker, she's seen enough. They're down 7 points. She calls for the early timeout. As you look at the Theodore bench, Coach Charlie McClure not coaching tonight, so we're going to have Coach Brandon Beach going to be stepping in for him.
He's going to be stepping in. I can't say enough about Coach McClure, what he's done to this program here. He has had very good teams. He's had 8 seniors the past 2 years, and 6 of them have signed basketball scholarships.
That's huge.
There's not too many coaches can say that.
They can claim that, and we're talking about girls basketball, so that is real, real huge right there. Take a look at the replay right here, Coach.
Yeah.
Oh, this is where Baker was trying to get some points there. They're down 7 right now in an early hole here on the campus of Theodore High School.
And Coach Walker said the main thing she wants from these girls tonight is just play hard, and they'll do that.
Paris Richardson's pass is blocked and knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay on this end of the floor. It'll be Lady Hornets basketball.
Jasmine just got through blocking that shot, running the length of the court to block that shot.
Shot no good for the Lady Hornets. Once again, Theodore bringing it up the floor. T. McCarroll, she's a 5'3" sophomore point guard. I'm sure we'll be calling Bingham's name a lot tonight because she handles things down in the paint for the Lady Bobcats.
She does that. She takes up a lot of space, and they will go to her too.
Throwing up the three, T. McCarroll, and it is good. She drains it. And the Lady Bobcats all on top of Baker right now, 10-0 here in the first quarter.
And Al T was wide open. They're going to have to extend that zone if they want to guard these shooters.
Ball trying to be saved by Paris Richardson, goes out of bounds, so it'll be turned over to Theodore. Theodore right now, number 8 in the state, ranked in Class 7A, tied for the area lead with Davidson. That victory over them was truly huge because right now every win is going to count for Davidson and Theodore coming down the stretch.
There's no question. This time of the year, you got to be healthy and you got to be executing. You should be right there to where you want to be with your team, both offensively and defensively.
McCarroll looking, spreads it over. Livy Pole.
I see they're sinking in because of the respect of the inside play. Nice drive.
That
rebound.
That bucket no good by Tequila Weatherly. Baker on the move. They're going to shoot a lot of threes tonight. They kind of remind me of a team that lives by the three, dies by the three. And there's one up and drained by Jacayla Nichols.
Very nice shot. Good ball movement, which led to that shot.
Nichols averages 12.8 points per game for the Lady Hornets, and she leads them in three-point percentage as well. Deja Weatherly down low. The ball is stolen by Watlington.
Yeah, Theodore's dribbling a little bit too much against that zone. They need to pass the ball more, get the zone moving, and quit dribbling so much. Nice pass.
Outside to Richardson. She launches a three. Rims out.
Good shot, wide open shot. That's all you can ask for.
Rebound brought down by Deja Weatherly as T. McCarroll brings it up across the timeline. And we're almost at the halfway point here of the first quarter. Baker versus Theodore in this 7-8 Area 1 matchup. And a turnover right there. You called it, Coach.
Yep. I tell you, that zone is doing very good. Now what they can't do is work hard on defense and come up and throw up an air ball. They've got to get the last time down the court, they moved the ball around the court. They got good passing, got a wide open shot.
Checking in for Theodore, Tishanti Herring and Fatu Bonet. They're going to be checking in for the Lady Bobcats.
T bringing the ball down the court has got very good vision for a point guard. She sees the whole court. She doesn't just see one pass. Tishanti
Herring trying to get the ball out to one of her teammates. Finally gets it back to T. McCarroll.
Very good pressure on
all
the ball.
Over her defense and a turnover.
One of the things that Coach Walker said, they're going to front down low. They're not going to just let them pass the ball in and let the post do what they want to.
Evan Wallington pass down to Paris Richardson, knocked out, but it's going to remain on this end of the floor. It'll be Lady Hornets basketball. Checking back in for Theodore, you have Deja Weatherly.
See, Theodore's coming down every time and looking inside, and with the fronting of their low post people, they're not going to be able to get the ball in there as easy as they have been.
There's a three put up by Nichols, rims out, but
nice
the rebound to the Lady Hornets. They work it back over to Nichols, and she drains that one and gets the three. Now we're at 10-6, only down 4 points for the Lady Hornets.
And that all started with Paris Richardson's rebound, offensive rebound.
Theodore opened up with a 10-0 lead. Baker's cut it to 4 right now.
I guarantee you with Coach Walker, when she played at South Alabama, she was known for her toughness, and her team that she coaches shows the same thing.
Toughness right there by Tishanti Herring as she works it down low and gets the bucket for the Lady Bobcats.
I like that name, Heaven. Heaven Watling.
Another three put up by Nichols. And the rebound brought down by Tia Byers over to Richardson, back out to Nichols as she's setting up the offense. And turnover, ball is stolen by Theodore.
Watlington has got to be able to pass the ball more. She's holding the ball too much and taking some bad shots.
Deja Weatherly dribbling, loses control but gets it over to T. Herring. But a quick timeout called by Coach Beach for Theodore. I believe he wants a 30-second timeout here, Coach. Kind of settle his girls down.
Yeah, and he wants to get the ball inside, but unfortunately it's going to be tough tonight because they're going to be fronting the post. Baker's going to be fronting the post. That's not going to go inside as easily, and that was one of the things. If they can stop their inside post people, she feels like that they have got a chance to win this ball game.
Yeah, I think that's something Coach Walker probably picked up from that last ball game with Jasmine Bingham. When she gets going, she can really get going down low, so you got to really team up against her.
You really do. And Takia, both Weatherly also, both of those two have got to be stopped. They're averaging like 54 points a game, 53 points a game for Theodore. They're doing about 36 of those points.
Yeah, Theodore coming in right now. You're close to it, Coach. 51 points per game on offense, only giving up 43 points. And a matter of fact, the Lady Bobcats are on a 3-game winning streak. They beat Baker a couple weeks ago, 54-43, and they beat MGM and Murphy consecutively. Tie up on the floor down there, so let's see where the possession arrow is going to go. It'll turn over to the Lady Hornets at Baker.
Redmond underneath, that was a really good rebound. I mean, she went up strong, came down strong with it.
Baker trying to get it across the timeline, met with some pressure. Close to a 10-second call, but they get it across. Down low is Paris Richardson as she kicks it back out to Redmond, who launches a three.
They're getting wide open shots.
They are getting the shot. They're not dropping.
They're getting wide open shots.
T. McCarroll bringing it up for the Lady Bobcats.
And now they've gone. Now they've gone back man to man. They've come out of the zone.
And they are lining up with them. Bonnet with the ball right now. Gets it over to Herring as they work it back over to Weatherly as we approach 1 minute here remaining in the first quarter. A quick first quarter of action. 2 timeouts called. No fouls have occurred in this quarter, Coach Arrow. Driving in. Nichols for
nice
Baker.
move.
Oh,
Tough luck.
The iron unkind to the young lady does not drop as we are under 1 minute here in the first quarter. Theodore on top 12-6.
That was a nice drive by Nichols.
It was. Down low to Weatherly. She's going to bring it back out, try to set something up here. They get it over to Jasmine Bingham. Nice backdoor cut by Weatherly. Can't control the ball, but she gets it up off the glass. No good. Bingham tries to get the rebound. Bounces out. There's Paris Richardson. Johnny on the spot, Coach.
If they can keep Bingham outside and not inside, see, she went outside. That's going to be really good for Baker.
They work it inside out. Richardson's three is no good. We're approaching 10 seconds here remaining in the first quarter. Down low, they're trying to go to Bingham. Look at Byers.
Be in front of. They're not going to be able to get that ball inside.
This would count if it goes in. Does not. Irons off the back of the rim. So a very up-tempo, very up-paced first quarter. Theodore on top 12-6 right here inside of the Lady Bobcats den. We're going to take a break, come back with the second quarter. You're watching the MCPSS High School Basketball Game of the Week.
If you look at the numbers, Mobile County Public Schools is making great strides. With more than 53,000 students, 7,000 employees, and 90 schools, we are consistently increasing our 4-year graduation rate and our first-class pre-K program. We continue to strive for national recognition and continue to prepare our students for the global workforce. And we do all of this with one goal in mind, to equip and empower college and career-ready graduates. Mobile County Public Schools. We're learning today, leading tomorrow.
If you're looking for fun, fashionable, and affordable jewelry, it's here. It's Paparazzi. We have a variety of colors and styles of bracelets, rings, necklaces, and earrings for all occasions and for every event. New styles are added daily, which means you are always up to date with the latest fashion. For that genuine bling, join me, Charmaine Watson, the real jewelry lady, on Facebook Live Sunday through Thursday at 7 p.m. It's cute, it's fun, it's fashion, it's $5, it's Paparazzi.
This is a program for any middle school student who's actually behind. This opportunity offers kids a chance to do 2 grades in 1 year.
If it wasn't for Star Academy, I would still be in 8th grade and probably still struggling.
We are one-on-one. We have small classrooms, and we're able to give students that personal touch, that personal attention.
I know I'm coming to see good teachers, good attitude, and also they're here to teach us what we need to learn.
We welcome you back to the campus of Theodore High School inside of the Lady Bobcats den. Theodore on top 12-6. Coach Arrow, we had no fouls committed by each team in the first
fast,
quarter.
isn't it? When there's no fouls, it goes fast.
It really does. Only 2 quick timeouts called by both teams, but no fouls.
And that is in Baker's favor when there's no fouls being called. And as you've seen, now they're going to man-to-man, so they can afford to play man-to-man.
And that's not a foul. That's a traveling called on Tashante Herring. They set up a high screen as Weatherly rolled off of it, dumped it down, but Herring forgot to put the ball down and took the steps too quick, Coach.
Too quick. Tell you what, Coach McClure would be happy with the way these girls are playing tonight. They're trying to get the ball inside. They're tough defense like he always wanted. And I'm going to tell you what Terry was really good at. He was really good at scoring out of bounds plays underneath their goal. That
we saw that a lot at Davidson. Yep,
at Davidson.
We sure did. We saw that a lot in the Davidson game. Very good observation there, Coach Arrow. Theodore swinging it back over to T. McCarroll, back up top to Takia Weatherly as they're taking their time here.
Gonna get some action to the hole now.
Trying to draw the Lady Hornets out. Deja Weatherly with the ball right now. Back to T. McCarroll. They swing it back over to Takia Weatherly. There it is down low. Tashante Herring snuck down there, and we have our first foul of the contest.
Okay, they slowed the ball down. They moved it around. Then they looked inside. They didn't front the post that time. They got the ball in the post, and they got a foul.
Tia Byers picks up her first foul, so they're going to send Herring to the line shooting. She misses the first.
I wish my hair would grow like that in the back.
Well, Coach, they got a lot of different products out there.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if you can trust too many of them nowadays.
I hear you.
You got to be careful.
She's got a nice shot.
Herring hits the second. Checking back in for Theodore, you have Jasmine Bingham.
She's not going to be out too much, I can guarantee you that. She is a nice player.
Coach Beach kind of sporadically checking her in. Matter of fact, when Baker hosted Theodore a couple weeks ago, Coach Beach did the double dip. He coached for the girls and the boys that night, Coach Arrow, so he really put in some work.
Yeah, he does a great job. Boys and girls, he's been with them. He really likes this girls team. He really likes the way that they move the ball. Very complimentary of Coach McClure. Taught him what he knows.
High screen set up for Weatherly. She drives in. Count the basket for Takia Weatherly. And she is fouled on the play.
Well, averaging 19 points a game. Like we said before, she'll go to Shelton State and be with Nia Valentine, who was a star at McGill for 4 years.
And she drains the free throw. Watlington called on that foul. That's her first. Nichols trying to get that ball, does. Baker swinging it back out. Coach Beach calling for a travel, but he does not get the call. And there's the call right there. So I guess he worked the officials good enough. But he said he saw 2 of them, but they only called 1 on that possession. So turnover to Theodore.
Whichever one, they got 1 of them, so they get the ball.
The officials tonight, they're going to be working both the contests. Had a chance to talk to Alicia Lynch before the ball game. She said, yep, we're doing both of them tonight. So we'll be here and they'll be here, Coach. Don't forget the boys coming up after this at 7:30. Number 1 in the state Class 7A, the Baker Hornets.
And one of the top players in the country, not in the state, sophomores.
In the country, and Theodore is looking to get revenge as they lost by 2 to the Baker Hornets a couple weeks ago. Loose ball is going to stay down here on Theodore side.
You were talking about the officials and us going to be here for both games. I'd rather be here where we are than where the officials are. We won't get yelled at.
I'm with you. Almost stolen by Watlington. Theodore gets it back, and boy, they're putting the pressure on T. McCarroll.
These girls are going to scratch and claw to win this game. It's a big game for both of them. I don't care if they've had COVID issues or not. They're here to win this game.
Back in the hands of Takia Weatherly. She's been running the point since we've started the second quarter here. Kind of swap roles with T. McCarroll. They swing it over to Livy Pogue. Swinging the ball to Deja Weatherly. You could even see Principal Minton asking for the foul, but called travel.
For Takia that time, for all the young followers that are watching basketball, she got to the hole that time because she did a great ball fake and took it to the hole. For all you young people that are learning the game, ball fake when you put the ball on the floor or sweep them.
Redmond with it, swings it over to Richardson. Richardson doesn't shoot it very much. Nice down low pass. That's what she does for the Baker Hornets. And the Lady Hornets have cut the lead to 8 with that bucket by Tia Byers. We talked about the Mighty Six. They're a group of girls. They've gone through a lot, as Coach Walker told us. They started the season with 9 varsity players, but they've been consistent with pretty much 6 throughout this season. She's added a couple girls up from the JV tonight just in case she needs them. But those 6 we're going to see a lot tonight. Jacayla Nichols, Rihanna Redmond, Paris Richardson, Heaven Watlington, Tia Byers, and Carson Dozier. Those are the 6 we're pretty much going to call for Baker tonight.
After they played Blunt this year at Blunt, they wound up with 6 players after that game, and they just started blending together. They're very young.
Right.
They're very young. Last year, they went and won, I think it was the second team at Baker that's ever won the area championship. So they were 18-11 last year. So they had a very good team last year.
Yeah, they're the defending area champ and made it, Coach, to the Elite Eight. Baker Lady Hornets last year. Second time this ever happened in the history of the school. Only 2 seniors on the squad. You're right, it is a young group.
Very young.
Because there are 2 freshmen out on the floor right now.
2 freshmen, 2 juniors,
Hornets.
and 2 seniors. The 2 seniors are the only returning letterman back from last year's team.
That's why they call them the Mighty Six. I've never seen it before. When Coach Walker sent us the stats that's going to stay with Theodore, and I looked at it, they're the only 6 players with numbers for the whole year. No one else has any statistics except those 6 young ladies. So she's right. They are the Mighty Six for the Lady Hornets.
You've got to be close to only be 6 of you.
Yeah. And that's a 5-second call as McCarroll could not get the ball inbounded. I was quite surprised that, she wasn't putting much effort, just kind of looking around, Coach.
Yeah, they did a poor job of breaking to the ball to get open, and she was just left with a 5-second count.
There are officials tonight, Daryl Jordan, Alicia Lynch, and Ronald Robinson. Very experienced crew. That ball is out on Theodore. So it will remain here on this end of the floor for the Lady Hornets. We're under the halfway point here in the second quarter, almost close to halftime.
Yeah, I really like Nichols for Baker. She's a very heady player.
Nichols with the ball right now, swings it back over to Richardson. There she is, passing it down low. They're trying to get it to Byers. Ball's between the legs. Byers trying to get it out. It did kick. It was a kick ball, but the officials did not see it. Back with Nichols once again as she pulls out. Let's reset things here for the Lady Hornets as they try to get the play together. And a timeout. Coach Walker wants to talk to her young ladies. And I'm going to say it right here, Coach. They're down 8, but by no way are they out of this contest right now.
No, I'm sure Coach Walker is very pleased with this right now. And I tell you what else she should be pleased with, the way the game is being called.
Right.
Okay? They're not calling it close, which is an advantage for Baker because they can't afford to get their Mighty Six in foul trouble.
That's
or
right.
Mighty 5 or Mighty whatever.
As you can see right there on the screen, the MCPSS COVID-19 recommendations. We know it's been an increase in COVID-19 cases, so Mobile County Public Schools strongly recommends that all students and employees wear your mask. And, Coach, even with Mardi Gras coming up, I'm going to tell folks, if you go to the parade, wear your mask, too, if you're outside. Still, you can enjoy it, but put a mask on.
Hey, in this kind of weather, keep it a little bit warmer anyway. But
I noticed that the other day. I had one on.
You know, whatever that you have to do.
Right.
Some people don't think masks are any good. It's got to do something. Something to nothing is something.
Yeah.
And carry them with you. And we just got to get past this. I did talk to one of the officials for the state.
Okay.
And they did say, we're having state championship this year.
I did hear that.
So
we're going to have state
fans
championship.
and parents and players, do what you can to stay healthy.
Yeah, and we're looking forward to it because it's going to be at that new renovated Legacy Arena in Birmingham, the showcase spot right there in Birmingham for basketball. So they're going to try to
what a great honor
make things happen.
What a great honor for the high school kids.
It sure is. Quick shot put up by Nichols off the backboard. Catches the backboard and the iron, does not drop. Theodore once again taking their time, bringing the ball up the court as they set things up to Keel Weatherly. We talked about her. She's the leading scorer for the Lady Bobcats as they're just working the ball across the perimeter. Bingham going down low, setting up on the post there.
You know, I don't know if she's been sick or what, but you can tell she's breathing heavily.
Came up top to set a screen and rolled back off. That's Coach Beach.
Now we're going to get to the hole on a pick. Well,
there it is. She set it up again. At halftime, going into the locker room, we'll talk with Coach Beach and talk about first half play for his young ladies here with the Lady Bobcats. They're pretty much playing keep away. They're trying to set it up, but they're working clock as well as they're up. And right now, that is a turnover. Is it going to stay? Nope, it's going to go over to Baker.
To Baker, yeah. I tell you, that was very good defense. If they want to play what I call perimeter basketball, just dribbling around, that's fine. That works to Baker's benefit.
Theodore won the last matchup 53-43 on the campus of Baker a couple of Fridays ago. There's a three launched by Nichols, and she was doing it a couple weeks, but she's hitting more tonight than she hit the other week.
Yeah, penetrate, make them sink in, pitch to the open person. That was, for you young players, again, that's perfect. Pinch them in and pitch out for the shot.
Lady Hornets cuts the lead to 5. They were down 10 to start the contest as Theodore opened up on them. That rebound brought down by Byer. She kicks it out, and it's stolen by Deja Weatherly. Lady Wildcats get it back, and they throw up a quick bucket. Does not drop for Weatherly. She hustles for her own rebound. It is saved but goes out of bounds. So good hustle shown by the Lady Bobcats right there.
We got players on the ground everywhere. I mean, they're diving here, diving there, great effort. These two teams will give you everything they got, and that's by way of their coaches.
Harris Richardson looking down low. T. McCarroll all up in her grill. Ball is knocked out, but it's going to remain Baker Lady Hornets basketball. We're under 1 minute here in the first half. Theodore on top 16-11. Richardson, she's going to chunk this one up and drains the three. Cuts the lead to 2 with less than 1 minute remaining.
You know, we were saying earlier they're getting good shots, but they weren't going in. Now they're starting to go in.
Deja Weatherly driving in. Spins, throws it up.
Nice
off
move.
the front rim. And who cleans it up? Jasmine Bingham, the young lady down low for the Theodore Lady Bobcats.
When she gets that ball down low, it's nice for Theodore, not good for Baker.
3 no good for Watlington as Theodore is bringing it up the floor. Fatu Bonet, she puts one up, bounces out, gets her own rebound there, Coach.
Yeah. Fatigue is starting to sit in a little bit. See, before they were fronting that. Now they're not fronting. They're not getting around. And if she gets that ball or able to get the ball down low, bad things are going to happen for Baker.
Foul called against the Lady Hornets.
You know, Coach Walker played for Coach Petrie at South Alabama, and she learned a lot of her discipline, a lot of her toughness. She was telling me from Coach Petrie, and it shows in the teams that she puts on the floor.
It does. On that previous play, Coach, the game clock never started.
You in charge
never
of the game
started
clock?
at all. I was getting ready for halftime, and I'm looking at the game clock as they threw the ball in, and official Alicia Lynch walked over. And I believe based on the time of what elapsed, Coach Arrow, that we are at halftime. Because she's saying basically they used up 6 seconds trying to catch that loose ball. And the official has said it is halftime because the Baker Lady Hornets have walked off to the locker room, and we're going to try to get Coach Beach over here to talk with us at halftime. Even though there's 4 seconds still on the clock, I believe we're going to call it halftime here, Coach Arrow.
If I was Coach Walker, I'd be very happy with a 4-point difference in this game.
Theodore up 18-14 right now. We're going to get Coach Beach to join us as he's going to step in here. Appreciate you joining us, Coach Beach. Interesting first half that you've had.
Sorry, guys.
No problem. You opened up with a 10-point lead against Baker, but they have inched back in it.
We good? Because it's kind of pulling me, guys. That's why I don't want to pull anything out.
Oh, you just stand right there, Coach. You're good to go. You're good to go. So as we talked about it, you all opened up with a 10-point lead with on top of Baker right there. They kind of inched back in, but you guys kind of slowed the tempo down there a bit in the first half.
Yeah, they're hitting shots. I mean, that number 4 can really shoot it, man. We're trying to stay close, and we keep making mental mistakes and giving her open looks, and she's going to keep making them, and she's going to beat us if we don't stop.
So she's going to shoot them.
She's going to shoot them, and she's going to make them, so we got to stay close to her. But I don't know. They're doing a good job defensively. They're making it tough for Jasmine to catch it down low, and they're staying close to Muffin, so they're doing a good job.
What are you going to do? I noticed where Baker was fronting her down low and everybody else down low. Are you going to get her to move out to come in and give him some motion to front that with, or how are you going to handle that?
I would like to put Muffin backside so they couldn't squeeze so much on the lob, but, I mean, she's our best ball handler too. So it's a tough situation, but we just got to try to maybe set a cross screen or two, see if we can get her to catch down there with somebody on her back. But right now they're doing a good job, Coach, like you said.
Coach Arrow talked about Jasmine Bingham down low. We didn't know if she was a bit winded. Is she okay tonight? Is she full strength tonight?
She's been sick.
She's full strength. She actually hurt her knee in the Murphy game. Something happened, but she's good. She's good. She's just they're making it tough on her.
We appreciate it,
yes,
Coach
sir.
Beach with Theodore. We're going to be back. Second half action headed your way shortly. You are watching the MCPSS Basketball Game of the Week.
What's the matter, baby? You're not feeling good?
School-aged children are at a higher risk of getting and spreading germs and viruses. To help protect the spread, students are encouraged to stay home when sick. Parents, it's important for your child to remain at home at least 24 hours after they no longer have a fever of 100 degrees or higher without the use of medications. Please help us maintain a healthy learning environment.
It's time to be together again.
To make it safe for our grandparents and parents.
To see live music.
To see our teams play in packed stadiums again.
For our kids to go back to school.
Play sports and get back in the classroom. Masks off.
Masks off.
Masks off. It's time to get back to doing what we love with who we love.
But it's up to you.
But it's up to you.
But it's up to you.
It's time to talk to your doctor about getting vaccinated.
For your family,
your children, and our community. Together, if we vaccinate,
COVID-19 can't put us back inside again.
We welcome you back to the campus of Theodore High School with Theodore on top 18-14 here in the first half. Standing with us right now, we have Coach Lauren Walker, the head coach for the Baker Lady Hornets. Coach Walker, you guys started off in a hole 10-0, but you've kind of clawed your way back into this thing, only down 4 points at the half.
Yes, sir. No, we told the girls, look, Theodore's probably going to come out strong, okay, but we got to come out stronger. And we told the girls before the game, we expect 3 things. We expect heart, grit, and fight. And, you know, these girls are continuing to battle, and that's what we expect to bring in the second half.
Because of the game and them not calling many fouls, that's working into y'all's advantage.
Absolutely,
yeah.
Especially playing with 5, yes, absolutely.
So are y'all going to play more man-to-man? I know you were expected
we jumped
to.
out on that. We jumped out on that matchup zone right there at Syracuse zone, and, you know, they came out with 7 points strong. I felt we were way too relaxed. We're going to continue that pressure. We just got to make sure that we're in help side, talking on those down screens and that cross screen, and we just got to continue to fight.
We know you all going to shoot the 3. Even Coach Beach talked about that. Yeah. You've had some 3s that dropped tonight. It kind of got you back into the ball game.
And especially early, you know, there were some times we were only making 1 or 2 passes, and we were forcing those passes. That's what we told the girls. We said, look, those shots will fall. Continue to work the ball. Continue to be patient. And just be confident, and those shots will fall when they come.
All right, Coach Walker, we do appreciate it. Good luck in the second half. Awesome. We're going to take a break and come back. Oh, no, let's take a look at the stats. So right here, we'll get them put up on the screen. Take a look at our first half stats. So we appreciate that, Coach Walker. As you can see right there in front of you, Theodore on top 18-14. And Coach Arrow, as we look at the stats right there tonight, Baker's doing a little better on the 3s, 4 for 13. We said they were going to launch on tonight. They put up 13. I didn't realize they shot that many.
And you know what? Those shots, when we were talking about, they're wide open.
Yeah.
I mean, they're good shots. They just weren't going in early. Now they're going in, and I guarantee you Theodore is going to have to adjust to do something to stop those wide open shots.
And speaking of wide open shots, free throw line, 2 for 3 for Theodore. No fouls called against Theodore, so Baker, of course, has no free throws. Theodore winning the glass battle 13-6 on rebounds right now.
Yeah, and the thing about it is both teams are getting good ball movement. They're passing the ball around. They're going inside. But I think that's really affected Theodore by fronting the post, because they're used to getting a lot of points inside, reversing it, going inside. They're not getting that so far.
Yeah, very good observation you made about no fouls, very, very few fouls, only 2 called during the first half. I believe a total of 3 of them have been called in the first half, and no free throw shots for Baker. So that could possibly work to the Lady Hornets' advantage later on if it remains this way.
I think the officials are a little cold, so they're not blowing the whistles enough. It's cold.
We're going to take a break and come back and bring you some hot action on the hardwood. You're watching the MCPSS High School Basketball Game of the Week.
At Mobile County Public Schools, we believe it starts with us. That's why we offer Signature Academies.
I'm Tracy Tran, and I'm in the Healthcare and Dental Academy at Theodore High School. In the Dental Academy, I'm working alongside dental professionals getting hands-on training from those already working in the industry. Shadowing them on the job makes me want to work even harder because now I know what I want to be.
Signature Academies are open to all students in Mobile County Public High Schools. To find out more, visit mcpss.com.
We welcome you back to Theodore High School on top. Theodore on top of Baker 18-14. While we got a break, let's take a quick look at the Alabama Sports Writers Association 7A girls basketball top 10 poll. As you can see right there, Davidson is inched up to number 2 in the state at 21-1.
We saw the one.
We saw the one. Hoover's number 1, 21-2. As you can see right there, some other local teams. Coach Arrow, number 7, the Fairhope Lady Pirates at 19-5, and there's Theodore sitting at 15-5, and Foley checks in the top 10 at 14-8. So a lot of great high school basketball being played locally down here in our area.
Yeah, Fairhope, I think, won their district the other day. Has done a very good job. They've got some good players on that team. I expect them to go far in the playoffs. But I tell you what, the recognition, getting it on TV and everything for the guys and girls, it's been really good, and it will continue to do that next year also.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but positive comments from what the MCPSS TV network has done to not only show basketball, but girls and boys basketball. And I've had people tell me at church, out at the grocery store, hey man, we like the basketball, but we like seeing the girls play too. So It's kind of been a good look for both sides of the ball there, Coach Arrow.
No question, no question. Here we go for the second half. It's going to be interesting to see if the officials call it the same way.
It sure will be, as Baker's going to take possession of the ball right here. As 5 of the mighty 6 are on the floor for the Lady Hornets, pretty much the same starting 5 they started off with as they worked that ball over to Watlington. She's sizing up. Takia Weatherly loses the ball. She was trying to get it down low to Redmond. Turnover on the play, and Theodore is on the move here early in the second half, up 4 points.
Baker can't turn the ball over. They've got to take every possession, at least get a shot.
Try to get a putback in by Jasmine Bingham, but she is fouled on the play.
Somebody's going to have to get a tail in on Jasmine and keep her off the boards. As soon as that ball was shot, she went straight for the offensive rebounds.
I believe that foul may be on Tia Byers. If so, it will be her second. Bingham at the line shooting for Theodore as she misses the first.
She's got really good form. She's poised. That's all that you can ask. I tell you what, I imagine those girls out there are a little cold out there.
That could be the case. He nails the second one there. Lady Bobcats were 2 for 3 from the charity stripe in the first half. No fouls called against them, so Baker did not shoot any free throws, as we shared with you with our stats during halftime. Turnover on the play, back to Theodore once again.
If Baker has a chance of winning this ball game, they have got to stay close in this first 4, 5, 6 minutes of the game. They can't come down, turn the ball over, take bad shots. They've got to do what they did before, is take care of the ball and reverse the ball and get good open shots. So far, they've had 2 turnovers since the second half started.
Sure have.
They can't have that.
Baker averages 39 points per game on offense, and they give up 47 points on defense. And currently, they're the opposite of Theodore. They're on a 3-game losing streak, as where Theodore is on a 3-game winning streak and trying to tighten up the grip on that Area 1 title. Yeah. And nice pass down to Jasmine Bingham as she lays it in off the glass.
Yeah, they can't give up transition easy buckets like that. Baker is going to have to get back. You know, it's going to be one of the keys to see is if the fatigue factor comes into Baker, playing that few people as many minutes.
Yet to see Carson Dozier check in. Don't know if she's suited up tonight or not.
That's 3 turnovers by Baker in a minute and a half.
Back to Theodore once again. Right now it's just been the mighty 5 on the floor for the Lady Hornets. Cross the court to Livy Pogue, back over to T. McCarroll. They're going to put it in the hands of their leading scorer, Takia Weatherly. She drives in up the lane, cannot get it to fall. Looks up with the rebound, cannot get the putback, and there's Jasmine Bingham. Thought she was fouled, but was not. Turnover on the play. Baker on the move.
Very nice play.
Nichols going to throw it back out.
Smart play.
Redmond is going to set this up. She's the senior, averaging 5.3 points per game for the Lady Hornets. Over to Richardson. Richardson looking to get it down low. Here's a 3-point hot hand. Jacayla Nichols, she's hit a few already tonight. There's Redmond going in with the strength and the power, and she gets the call, a first foul called against Theodore tonight, Coach Arrow.
Yeah, and she took it there. She wasn't going to be denied. She put that head down, and she took it straight to the hole, and she wasn't going to be denied on getting that shot close to the hole.
Yeah, they're going to assist that one to Bingham.
For you young players, the way she took it to the hole, her journey to the hole, that's the way. Once you decide to take that ball and put it on the ground, you've got to go in there with force to be able to finish the play or make a good pass when they collapse on you.
Redmond's a 32% free throw shooter at the charity stripe. Sinks the first one. And gets the nice, I'm not going to call it a bounce. It kind of died right there. But it worked in her favor,
nice
so she's
touch.
2 for 2 at the line tonight. Yeah.
Either way, it counts. Now
that's right, Coach Harry. Either way, it counts. The lead is 5 right now. Weatherly on the baseline, just dips it over to Jasmine Bingham, and she does the work down low to finish up. Nice bucket by Jasmine Bingham.
They're going to have to keep the girls from Theodore driving. too much things can happen by getting the ball inside off the drive.
And one thing, as we talked about, the boys playing LeBaron Philon being a sophomore, Coach Arrow, Jasmine Bingham, she's a sophomore herself, 5'10", so we'll get her a couple more years, and who knows where her career is going to go.
Yeah, she's one of the better sophomores in this area and in the state, and she's just going to keep developing.
Bonnet with the ball, looking to get down to Bingham. She hands it to her. I think Bingham was trying to set her a screen for her to go to the hole, but she threw the ball right to Bingham, but it's back to Theodore.
A little Euro step.
I don't know if it was exactly a Euro. I'm going to call it a Caribbean. She got kind of cut off halfway, Coach Arrow.
A foreign move.
A foreign move. Yeah, let's go with that one. She couldn't get the full Euro, but she's at the line to shoot free throws here in the second half.
She needs to take her time on her free throw. It's a free throw. It's not a fast throw. Take your time. You youngins going to the free throw line, you have 10 seconds. Take at least 3 of those seconds to get your breath, get an eye on the goal, and put the ball in the hole.
Weatherly misses both of them, and Baker is fouled on the rebound attempt as well.
Watlington is a very, very good player, and she's a freshman. We're going to see her for a number of years.
You're right about that. She sure will be back a few more years for the Lady Hornets.
I got to get her to come to the classroom with us, develop some.
Shot does not fall for Nichols as we approach the halfway point of the third quarter. Look at Bingham working it down low for Theodore. Herring had the shot, thought about it, pulled it down, and swings it back over to T. McCarroll. And back in the hands of Takia Weatherly as they continue to move the ball.
Takia and Jasmine, those two are the backbone of that team.
Nothing
got to stop them.
But the bottom of the net for Takia Weatherly, and that three as the lead is extended. It's now 10. Theodore opening up once again, kind of reminiscent of the first quarter when they started off with a 10-point lead. Traveling called against Baker. Another costly turnover for the Lady Hornets, Coach Arrow.
That's 6 turnovers in about 5 minutes.
Yep. Now that does not play into the hand of the Lady Hornets tonight if they're trying to pull the upset.
Turnovers doesn't turn into the hands of anybody, any team, anywhere. It'll be one of the first things to get a coach off the bench to make some substitutions.
Jasmine Bingham says, let me get in on the action as she drains a long three. And I can see Coach Lauren Walker calling for the quick timeout. She wants a full timeout right here as Theodore has extended that lead 29-16 on top of Baker.
You know, the turnovers, they've got to give themselves a chance to get a shot. When you have a turnover, you don't get any shots, you don't make the defense work any, and it just, bad things going to happen when you turn the ball, especially 6 of them, bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
And that just encourages a fast break by Theodore to get the ball down there, and they've been getting 4 to 6 points off of transition layups.
Don't forget to find out what's happening in Mobile County Public Schools. From school news to weather alerts, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or our website, mcpssthewire.com. Mobile County Public Schools learning today, leading tomorrow. And leading right now, it is Theodore on top of Baker, 29-16. And Coach Arrow, as we sit here, the crowd is starting to file in for our featured match coming up next.
When you're number one in the state,
yes, sir,
people will follow you. But I'm gonna say this: year in and year out, Theodore is known for their defense for the guys, and this is going to be very interesting.
As I said today, I interviewed on WNSP and the Sports Talk 99.5. I said, if you have an opportunity, you need to come out in person and see LeBaron Philon if you can. I appreciate you watching us, but you need to see this young man in person tonight because he can really put on a show.
You know, it's funny. They're ranked number 1 in the nation. McGill is ranked number 1.
McGill's number 1
in the state.
In the state.
And isn't it ironic that both of them they have an outstanding team, but each one of them has an outstanding player. Barry Dunning
right.
Barry
Dunning for McGill, yep.
My man Philon at Baker. You know, you have to have a good team, but it's always nice to have a stud in there that you know you can go to.
You can count
at any
on.
Time.
That's right.
Yeah, they're
Count
starting.
the basket. And one opportunity right here coming up for Takia Weatherly. As Theodore is extending that lead, she's heading back to the line. She missed her last two when she was there. Let's see if she can knock these down.
Between Takia and Jasmine, inside and outside, they're dominating. One's hitting threes and the other one's cleaning up inside.
Watlington with the ball, bounces it a bit too hard. I'm gonna say a bit too harsh for Redmond to kind of take hold of that. Quick pass down to Jasmine Bingham, and boy, they make quick work and get the bucket.
Yeah.
As the score is 32-16. Theodore all, 34-16. Theodore all on top right now of Baker. Here in the third quarter, they have really, really taken this ball game to another level.
And the Baker girls you can see they're getting fatigued.
Nichols tried to swing that one up with a little scoop. Did not. A lot of turnovers this quarter committed by Baker. You've talked about it, Coach, and that has pretty much hindered their progress, and shots not falling either.
And what it's added to is Theodore getting down and getting good shots inside and outside.
Easy buckets.
That's the difference in the score right now.
Easy buckets as well. Swinging it over to Weatherly. She's had the hot hand for the Lady Bobcats tonight between her and Jasmine Bingham. That pass somewhat forced by T. McCarroll, picked off by Paris Richardson. She throws in the little runner, comes out. Down low, Redmond with the rebound, and she's immediately
gone.
The Lady Bobcats pounce on her. They take the ball, swing it down court. Back out to T. McCarroll. Here's Deja Weatherly. She thought about it. And a foul committed on the play.
See, Paris Richardson, instead of her bringing the ball down the court for Baker, she needs to pass it and get down there. The first half, she was the one. Others were penetrating, pitching to her, and she was making outside shots. She's got to give the ball up and go on down and get set up for her shots.
Foul called on Deja Weatherly. Turn over to Baker as they're coming down. Launches a three. Jacayla Nichols drains it. Way overdue for hitting a three for her. 34-19 is our score as we approach 1 minute remaining here in the third quarter. Al Whedon, Coach Ronnie Arrow on the campus of Theodore High School. It's Baker versus Theodore in this Area 1 matchup.
And Baker's going back to their 2-3 zone too. They just tired themselves out man to man, and now we'll see how Theodore goes against their zone.
Nice little backdoor action as Weatherly drops it in. Nichols with the ball. She's handling it right now. Swings it over to Redmond. There's Paris Richardson looking to go down low to Tia Byers. Gets it down low. And Byers puts it up, but that is underneath the net, Coach. You can't get it in that way. That would count if it goes in. Does not for Takia Weatherly. 36-19 at the end of the third quarter is our score. Keep it right here. We're going to be having more action headed your way. One more quarter remains, the fourth quarter here for the MCPSS High School Basketball Game of the Week. Game of the week. I'm Al Wheaton, joined by legendary coach Ronnie Arrow as we start the fourth quarter of action, and Theodore all on top of Baker 36-19, Coach Arrow.
Yeah, we need to watch Tia Byers.
Yes,
She sprained her ankle or did something to her ankle. She's over on the sidelines now, and
Sure
she was
has.
a force inside. Hopefully she'll be able to get back.
Kaylee Todd has checked in. And that was good eyes on you, Coach Arrow, because you spotted it during halftime. And draining that shot, Rayona Redmond for the Lady Hornets. They come out and make the first bucket of the fourth quarter.
Well, hopefully they can get a run and get some stops and get some easy buckets.
Fatu Bonnet puts up her first shot of the night,
Oh.
in and out. And Livy Pogue with the rebound. Just a little too much mustard on it, Coach Arrow. But a turnover back to Theodore. A nice pass by McCarroll, interrupted by the Baker Lady Hornets. And a quick timeout call by Coach Beach for Theodore. He wants a quick 30-second timeout.
It's always good for Theodore to speed the game up. It's always bad for Baker to get going fast. They got to slow the ball down.
Did you know that high school juniors and seniors are able to take college-level classes, earn college credit, and save money on college cost, all while still in high school? It's possible through the dual enrollment program. Those students who are interested should check with their guidance counselor or log on to bishop.edu for more information about the dual enrollment program. Theodore comes out of the timeout. We still don't see Byers. Now she goes to the officials table, scores table, Coach Arrow. So we may see her after this possession, possibly Kaylee Todd still in the ball game for the Lady Hornets.
There's a score on out of bounds play.
Quick score. You talked about Coach McClure
be happy
over the years.
Yes, sir.
With those plays that he draws up.
They get 6 to 10 points every game on straight out-of-bounds plays, one-pass layups.
Foul called on Rayona Redmond, offensive foul, moving screen there. That's her first. Turnover to the Lady Hornets, and back into the ball game comes Tia Byers.
She's going to try it. Let's see what she can do. She looks like she's a tough girl.
Lady Hornets down 17 right now. Theodore just taking their time, working the ball across the court. Tishanti Herring with the ball. And I believe we have a 5-second call against her, Coach Arrow. That's the second. Well, they had an inbounds. They couldn't get it in.
They've got
that
to
one's
take
actually on the
advantage
floor.
of this. Yeah, they need to take advantage of this. They turned the ball over a lot. Oh, nice cross.
Watlington trying to move. She was trying to do the Euro, but that's a travel.
Yeah.
I think she may have taken the bullet train right there. She had too many steps on that one, Coach
She
Arrow.
did get bumped, too, on top of it.
There was some contact. I agree with you. There was some contact there. Takia Weatherly.
They're back there, 2-3 zone Baker.
Yep, passes it over to T. McCarroll. They work it around.
See, if you see now, as the game goes on, whether it's through fatigue or whatever, they're not fronting the post anymore inside. They're going directly inside just about every time now.
Quick inbounds to guess who? Takia Weatherly. Johnny on the spot as she gets the bucket. Easy bucket.
One pass layup out of bounds play.
That's right, for the Lady Bobcats. Watlington with the crossover, trying to cross over and make some things happen. There's Redmond driving in, kicks it out, and there's a quick walk. Richardson picked that foot up, and they're going to call it every time.
You know, again, for the young kids that are watching, when you do a ball fake like she did, there wasn't anything wrong with the ball fake. You can't have happy feet. You got to have a pivot foot, then go with it.
What do you call it, Coach? That's a teachable moment.
Teachable moment. Take advantage of it.
Bobcats den starting to fill up. Folks coming in for the next ball game. Backdoor pass. And Weatherly, I can't really say backdoor. She was out on the back porch by herself on that one.
Yeah, that was a walking backdoor.
Man, yeah. Wide open beneath the basket.
I hate to say it because Baker has battled and battled, but I really think they have gotten fatigued. And that time it showed that wasn't a quick backdoor. That was a slow walk backdoor, and she was wide open.
Nichols fouled on the play, so she's going to go to the line to shoot for the Hornets only their third free throw attempt tonight.
I know Coach McClure would be very proud of Coach Beach. He's substituting. He's doing the things. He's keeping the girls fresh. They're scoring out-of-bounds plays on one pass. They're doing the thing that Terry had his girls doing every year. That's why this program, girls program at Theodore, the past few years, ever since Terry's been there, has been a very, very good girls program.
Nichols drains the first. Second rims out, and it's going to remain with the Lady Hornets. They get the fortunate bounce off of a Theodore player.
You know, both of these teams have some very talented young players. They're doing skills. They're crossing over. They're going through their legs. Not to be fancy. They're doing it to get to the hole and either make a good pass or score.
Baker down 20 right now, and Livy Poe could not get the handle on the rock right there. It goes out of bounds. So the turnover back to the Baker Lady Hornets. They're going to travel to Bryant this Friday. Then they'll host Davidson on Saturday. So Baker looking at back-to-back ball games coming up later this week. Tia Byers is fouled down low by Jasmine Bingham. Bingham be picking up her second foul.
I wish they would do that a little bit more going inside to Bowers, because she's had some inside positioning and they're not throwing it into her. She's a beast down there when she gets it. A little bit undersized, but when she gets it, she powers.
Redmond all pretty much out of control, but that could be because she was fouled on the play.
Yeah, she was.
So we're getting some fouls called now, Coach Harrell.
Well, they're getting tired. When you get tired, fouls start happening, and they get uglier fouls.
Mm-hmm.
When you're fresh, you can get away with clean fouls, fast fouls. These are slow, ugly fouls.
Baker trying to inbound the ball. They get it into Nichols. And she's working against Livy Pogue. Needs to give it up. She picked up a dribble back over to Nichols. Pogue all in her face. Still playing tough defense. I like that. And Lady Bobcats up 20. But they said, no, we're not going to give it to you easy tonight. Nichols is fouled as she drives in to shoot.
That crossover that she did, fast, low, hard, got to the hole. I mean, that's the way that it needs to be done, and good things happen. She got all the way to the hole.
Nichols leads the team in shooting, 12.8 points per game. Lady Hornets are 3 for 4 from the charity stripe, and now 4 for 5.
I guarantee you they won't give up. I don't know what the score is going to be, but they'll play hard.
Makes the first, misses the second. Tia Byers down there hustling. And, Coach, it doesn't look like she's having too many issues with that ankle we saw her in pain with during the timeout early in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I can't tell if they got a brace on it now or not, but she doesn't look like she's traveling or anything. Good
turnover.
2-on-1.
Watlington, can it get the shot off? And another turnover to the Theodore Lady Bobcats. T. McCarroll gets it over to Kia Weatherly, and you know what's going to happen there, Coach. Points are going to be the results. As Theodore extends 44-23.
Either outside scoring or taking it to the hole, getting a shot, or passing the ball. She's very smooth with the ball. She knows what she wants to do.
Richardson passing over to Jacayla Nichols. Wide open is Watlington, and she nails the three for the Baker Lady Hornets. They're not going to lay down here tonight as we are under halfway remaining here in the contest, under 4 minutes. For Theodore, this is pretty much their season area play-wise for the regular season. They're going to travel to Daphne this Friday, and then they're going to host McGill a week from tonight. That's going to wrap up their regular season, Coach Arrow. So this is their last area game that they're playing.
And McGill has gotten better and better. They've got some young kids that are playing. They're getting older now. They're getting more mature. This is the time of the year to start. Your team should be maturing at this time of the year. Yeah.
Start clicking on all cylinders. You want to get hot right now.
Yeah, there's no – I said earlier it's going to take longer for these kids because of COVID and this and that, but this is the time that they have to start coming together.
Nichols makes the first as she was fouled on the play. Coach Lauren Walker in her 5th year at Baker, the only school she's ever coached at. She has a career record of 70-56 for a 556 winning percentage. So hasn't been the season she thought it was as opposed to last year. But her young ladies have fought tough and hard this year.
And they're young.
Yes,
She's
they
got
are.
some good young kids that'll be coming up. And, you know, that they were telling me that's the 3rd largest school in the state as far as enrollment, 26, 2,800. And you know that they're going to have some other kids coming there to match the ones that are there.
Looks like Byers may be in pain, but no, she gets up. She looks a little gimpy, but it looks like she's going to tough it out
She's
for
a
the
tough
Lady
girl.
Hornets.
She's a tough girl. The junior, she'll be back next year.
She will be. 5'7" junior, plays a little forward and some guard. Quick inbounds play. Deja Weatherly was wide open just off the post, and she gets it in.
She loves that spin move. She gets in there and she does it good. She goes one way and comes back the other. 9 times out of 10, she's wide open because she does it fast.
Theodore a few points away from hitting their average for the season. They average 51 points per game. Ball's going to remain with Baker as we are exactly at 3 minutes remaining here in the ball game. Don't forget, coming up after this contest, the boys will be in action. We'll take a quick break, but you'll get to see our faces again. We'll come back, Coach Arrow, and give them a, as we call it, the big match later on tonight. The #1 ranked team in 7A for the state of Alabama. Baker Hornets coming in tonight, and Theodore is seeking some revenge in that contest because they only lost by 2 a couple weeks ago, and there's 2 from Jasmine Bingham.
It's going to be offense, defense. They're going to have to stop the offense of Baker. And I tell you, every year, Theodore is known for their defense.
Takia Weatherly off the steal cannot score.
You know, one thing about Coach Walker, she's down 20 points or whatever it might be. She's still coaching. The girls are still listening to
That's
her.
right.
The discipline that she has put into that program over there in a short 5 years is overwhelmingly good for her and for the school and for the program.
Tatiana Spinks and Tashanti Herring, also Livy Pogue checking in for the Theodore Lady Bobcats as they are in full control, pretty much have controlled this second half of the ball game, and in the third quarter really opened up on Baker and kind of took over the contest tonight. They were only up 4 points at the half, Coach.
We were talking about 6 turnovers for Baker in the first 5 minutes, but I'm going to tell you, a lot of times, most of the time, the other team on defense is causing those things.
Causing that pressure.
And Theodore came out with some grit, and they got right in their face, and they were causing a lot of those turnovers.
Paris Richardson with the quick jumper as she drains it.
That's what that young lady needs to do. She don't need to worry about bringing the ball down the court. She don't need to look for speed. She needs to get down there, get set up, and let her partners get her the ball for those nice shots.
She's part of that mighty A group, so she'll be back next year. She's a junior. Timeout call by Coach Beach with Theodore. I believe he's taking a full timeout here with Theodore on top 48-29.
You know, one of the things when you fill in for another coach, boy, you're over there on a hot seat. You want to do so well to show that you can coach, that you've learned and doing the things that you need to do. And like I've said before, Coach McClure would be very happy with Coach Beach, what he's doing with these girls.
Hopefully after the game we'll get a chance to talk with Coach Beach again. It looks like you're going to be in control and pick up this win tonight, Coach Arrow. So
he gets more TV time coaching both teams
I
than
agree
all the
with
coaches in town here.
Now, he won't be coaching tonight. There's the replay right there. That nice jump shot from Paris Richardson. Coach Roebling's going to be coaching tonight because when we were here a couple weeks ago, Coach Roebling wasn't here and Coach Beach was coaching the guys. So we'll get to see Coach Philip Roebling tonight with the boys coming up next.
I called him the other day and he was down. He just had a dose of his medicine. He was down. I called him 3 days later and he sounded like the old Phil.
There you
Philip.
go.
So I was glad to see him here. What a fantastic job he's done. I'm going to tell you what, he gives everything he has into those kids, into his program, to this school.
And I saw you and him talking before the contest, and he was thanking you and thanking the crew for coming down and, putting the spotlight on these athletes and showing them and putting them on TV. Nice bucket right there by Tatiana Spinks and giving them the exposure, putting them on TV, Coach,
Right. And again, Al, it's been a pleasure working with you this year, but this has been so needed for all these
way
years.
Way overdue.
To publicize basketball, boys and girls, in this area. And I know we've talked about next year doing 10 full games, and that's so good. And now more college coaches. I've heard from high school coaches here. More college coaches are coming in. And don't when you look up, don't be sad because there's NAIA school coaches there or junior college coaches there. Because of the portal, the secret to it is going to a good junior college, a good NAIA. And if you do, and if you are what you think you are, they can come back and get you. And guess what? You don't have to sit. You can go and play at a higher level.
There you go. We're under 1 minute. Theodore still pressing it. Tatiana Spinks trying to get more points as she got in the book earlier. Theodore up 20 over Baker.
Very nice. Very nice. I tell you what, Nichols is a very good player. She's heady, she's smart, and, I don't know if she has any offers this year, but if I was a college coach for girls, she would be one that I would be looking at.
Under 30 seconds here. Theodore getting that ball down low. Shot goes up. I'll tell you one thing, Coach Arrow. Tatiana Spinks is coming to the ball game. She's been putting up some shots.
She has. She'll sleep well tonight.
She will, as Baker gets the bucket right there, but it won't be enough as Theodore is going to get this win tonight over the Lady Hornets. We're going to clock it in at 50-34 as Coach Beach steps in for Coach McClure tonight and gets the win. So Theodore wraps up area play as they get the win tonight, 50-34 over the Baker Lady Hornets. Very good contest put on, and pretty much this game kind of game wide open, if you want to call it, Coach Arrow, in the second half. But I guess you want to say the team started to show their true colors in the third and fourth quarter.
Yeah, and the game was won really at the start of the second half when Theodore was causing all those turnovers by Baker. They went up a quick 12 points just like that. Congratulations, Coach.
Get Coach Beach up in here and talk to him on a good win tonight. Coach, we talked to you going into the locker room at halftime, and you were up 4 points, 18-14, and look at here in the third and fourth quarter, things kind of started to turn. Coach Arrow noticed 6 turnovers that you guys were able to get from Baker and kind of really turned the tide in the third quarter.
We just decided we were going to challenge number 4 on the catch every time and make it tougher to have it because she's a good player, and it worked out, man. We did a good job doing that. We executed.
Yeah, y'all did a good job as far as getting it inside, getting it outside. You were scoring inside. But one of the quickest things, when they were turning the ball over, y'all were getting layups in transition.
Yes, sir.
Defense always goes to offense.
Yes, sir.
And that's why you get to score a lot of points. Yep. If you can just convince your kids
to play defense.
Yes,
sir. It's
good
the
things will
hardest
happen.
thing to do.
Play defense, and you all definitely did it, and you kind of kept the pressure on here in the second half, and we kind of noticed the Baker girls getting a bit tired sometimes doing those last 2 quarters.
Yeah, like I said, we just wanted to challenge their best player to, if she could score under pressure, which she hit a tough shot over there in the corner, we got to live with that.
All right, Coach Beach, we appreciate it. Congratulations on the win, and I give our best to Coach McClure as well.
Yes,
all right?
sir, I will. Thank you, guys.
Okay.
All right, we appreciate it.
He'd be proud of you.
We're going to take a look at the final statistics of this ball game tonight as we take a look at it, Coach, and it tells the story right there from the field goal, 17 for 33, and look at the rebounds. They cleaned the glass tonight. That's a 14-point advantage, 24-10 over Baker.
Yeah, and what you don't see on there are the turnovers because of the defense and stuff, but you're exactly right. Rebounds, three-point shooting. Three-point shooting will either get you in a game or get you out of a game, and those things are going. But as far as the free throws, I'm really surprised that they were that few.
Right.
But they were consistent.
They were consistent. They were. They did more field goals, 50% from the three-point line. And look at Baker right there, 6 for 15. But the field goals, 5 for 17. Right. That pretty much did them in. That's going to wrap it up for this contest as Theodore gets the win over Baker, 50-34. We're going to come back and bring you the boys in action. Up next, we're going to take a look at the #1 team in the state, the Baker Hornets. Don't move.
Tuned.